More on our top story this evening. The future of Qantas remains uncertain. Today, the repeal of the Qantas Sale Act crossed its first hurdle, not unexpectedly really, passing through the House of Representatives. But the legislation is still being held up in the Senate, with the Labor opposition and the Greens remaining strong in their opposition to the bill. Joining me now is Liberal MP Tony Smith, who obviously voted in favour of the bill today. Let me ask you, is there any reserve option for the government, not if, because it's not an if, it's a when Labor and the Greens block the repeal of the Sale Act? Do you guys have anything up your sleeve that you can do?
Well, look, we've made it very clear this is the best option for Qantas, and Labor's asking for a plan B. They're really asking for a second best policy option to suit a second best opposition.
Mr Smith, I understand that. I know that you guys, your party, the government, want this passed. But the reality is that Labor and the Greens, rightly or wrongly, are going to block that. Wrongly, in my opinion. So if this is the first and last option, is that it? At the end of the day, Qantas is stuck as it is. Good luck to them, and you'll blame Labor, obviously, and they'll blame you because they'll say that you should have considered a debt guarantee. Is that where we're going to realistically be?
Well, that's not it. It's been through the House of Representatives, and it's quite right that pressure should be applied to Labor to do the responsible thing. It's going to the Senate, and Labor needs to be held accountable. And as I said, just because they are a second-rate opposition, we shouldn't be pursuing second-rate policy. Now, the debate's just been through the House today. There may well be some Labor members and senators who are true to the Hawke and Keating.
I mean, that doesn't seem likely to me. Have you got reason to think that, or is that just a hope so that the legislation can pass?
Well, until we actually have the legislation in the Senate and forced Labor to make a decision, the pressure is not upon them. Now, I take the point you're making. I mean, as I looked around the chamber today during what was several divisions, I thought to myself, this current Labor Party wouldn't have even privatised Qantas. I mean, they have reversed back over the Hawke and Keating legacy, and each day we're just seeing policy light from Bill Shorten and cheap politics. But he's got a decision to make. He's got his first big tough decision on this issue. He's made the wrong call on it now. He's not listening to Qantas. He's ignoring the best policy option for them. And he's got a chance to actually show some leadership. Up until now, Peter, he's lowered himself to the occasion, but he's got a chance to rethink.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. I don't think he's going to take up your offer, though. He's going to stay populist. We appreciate your company. Tony Smith, thanks very much.
Thanks, Peter.